done. You're doing the intro this week. Take it away, Stefano.
Hello, welcome to Three Idiots talking about blockchain and cryptocurrency and everything related to this space and this market. This week, we have Sean talking about everything happening in the market, the side chains, the situation with Solana, with the Polkadot, with Bitcoin, and with all things that nobody cares at all. Down on the screen, we have Jordan. Jordan is gonna explain everything relating to play to earn, block duelers, graphic and NFTs design, throw a little bit of shit on the Binance NFT thing that they are launching, and maybe covering a little bit of the Beeple launch that is happening later today. And then there is me here, ready to annoy the shit out of everybody. Welcome.
Okay. Yeah, that was an amazing intro, Stefano. Thank you very much for that. I think I'll take over from
all yours. Be my guest.
Ooh,
How are you, Mr. Gonzo?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
This
is like the day from hell. It's like 4 projects all due by the end of today, Eastern time in the States. So all night, all morning, going to be up delivering.
Thank you for joining us. I know you're super busy. We're going to be having a look at your one of the things that is keeping you very busy, which is block jewelers. As we do every Friday, people. Obviously, lots of play to earn content here. The Axie Scholar team. So just compliance wise, I think most of you probably know the drill here. It's free to enter these contests and giveaways. The actual contest rules are in the show notes, and YouTube has nothing to do with this at all. So glad we got that out of the way. I really don't know what to add to Stefano's intro. He nailed it. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to have a look at the overall market, a bit of news, obviously cover what's going on in the play to earn space, and give back to our wonderful community. Should we give a few shout outs to them? Lots of familiar names here. George, great to see you again. Thank you for sharing the link around with everybody. Actually quite a few new names here as well. But yep, many of the usual suspects. Ma Andela, great to see you again. A regular here. So guys, can you just bring us up to speed on the Axie program that we're running, where it's at, and exactly what we'll be doing today? Mr. Gonzo, do you want to take that? I think Stefano's probably all talked out after his intro.
Yeah. Giant, huge news in Axie land. Ronin update finally came. Ronin phase 2. So everybody now has to install their Ronin wallet and migrate their Axies over to their sidechain, which is currently I'm in progress. I started it like 24 hours. It's taken quite a while. I mean, I got a couple Axies, so it's taken. They said that there's like 90,000 Axies waiting to migrate from 9,000 users, so it's gonna take a while. So I'm waiting and anticipating. I've got like 70 little virgin babies waiting to get busy and create a whole new bunch of teams. So with
this
those numbers,
PG-13 stream, by the way.
they're breeding. They're gonna make little monster Axies. But yeah, so that's that's another 100 teams pretty easily. So it's just gonna they changed the breeding structure now, so you don't pay ETH anymore, and you don't pay ETH gas, which is amazing. So all the transactions on Ronin, they are free up to 200 per day, I think. But if you're a power user, you can contact them and get even more deals, which is super great. And now to breed, instead of costing ETH, it's 1 AXS per breed. So there's another use case for your AXS. So you need your SLP that you normally did. That hasn't changed, but instead of paying ETH for the fee, you pay 1 AXS per Axie. So that's really cool. And they've adjusted the collectability a little bit too, which is kind of neat, that once you breed, you get 1 egg, and there's no stages now. It's just an egg for 5 days, and then after that, it morphs directly to an adult, and you don't have to pay extra fees for that. So you're seeing it already in the marketplace where you're seeing a lot of people like breeding and then just putting the egg up for speculation. So you can look at the parents and try to guess, oh, is this going to get the parts that I want? So if you got really good parents, the eggs are really expensive. And if you kind of got just dog shit eggs, it's like.
Are we potentially doing some live breeding on this show today? Is that on the cards?
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting for mine to migrate. If it migrates here while we're talking about it, maybe.
Hey, so just on that note, we were talking earlier. I think you've got about 40 odd teams that will be ready after the migration, which could happen while we're live. But today specifically, we'll be giving away 2 scholarships. Is that correct?
Yep.
Is there?
Okay. Can you just remind the audience what it's as I mentioned, top of the show, free to enter people. You just need to click on that Discord link above and go. Remind me the name of the group in there that they need to register in for the bot.
Offers and giveaways.
Offers and giveaways. There you go.
So, because I like to shuffle things up, and we have only 2 teams. One is going to be given by the bot. As per usual, so from Discord, which I still have to set it up, by the way, so don't worry if you don't see that right now. And the other one, as we've done like in the past, we're gonna give it to whoever this time Jordan believes is the most active and most interested person in the chat on the stream today.
Yep. So keep those good questions coming, people.
You have to keep an eye.
We had some crackers last week. Okay, so we will be getting to that momentarily. Now, obviously, there's been some huge moves in the token price of both AXS and SLP. So let's have a look at the market overall and share our thoughts on what's going on. Super green at the moment, starting at the top. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin currently 54,000 people. Now, as I've mentioned a couple of times this week, that's actually the exact max pain point. I've been calling this out earlier in the week, and here we are on Friday. The futures and options closed today, and exactly 54K is the max pain point where the whales, if they were moving the price around, this would be the best possible price for them to hurt both longs and shorts. So certainly not surprised to see Bitcoin at 54K today. It's what I've been saying all week. Ethereum, Stefano, we know he doesn't trade, but he is our Ethereum man. An all-time high hit last night, Stefano, pulling back slightly at the moment.
Yeah.
Must be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the roadmap on Ethereum is pretty clear. Like, it seems. See, that's the thing. Ethereum is not doing anything that it wasn't clear already back in January or in February or in December. The only difference is that now we have specific date. So earlier, months ago, we didn't know that, specifically 1559 would have come on the 14th of July. We knew that it was sometimes in summer between June and August. But apart from that, we had 1559. The question was like, are we going to have an art fork for that or not? And that potentially can still be the case. The big news, I think, like that is the other good thing is the merge. The fact that it seems that the merge will happen by the end of this year. And that was not a sure thing earlier. So the fact that like they're actually speeding up, it's a very positive thing. Now, the question is like, are they speeding up because of the massive situation with the miners and 1559? Are they speeding up because of what is happening with the side chains and like the competition? Whatever is the reason, or simply because like for once they actually calculate properly how to do the delivery. Either way, the thing is that like at the end of the day, we're in a good situation. ETH will have a lot of updates for the second part of the year. So it's going to be very, very cool. The price, whatever. The price can do whatever he wants. I don't care.
Yeah. So Well, I know you don't care about the price, and it's probably quite a good attitude to take to this space. I mean, very much the content that you've been bringing to us is to really show use case, utility, growing communities, great things that are actually happening in the space. And I think that's fantastic that, that's been a real theme of this channel. There's plenty of other channels that'll give you the hot 10 coins for tomorrow to make 100% and probably lose it all again the next week. But I know we love to talk about the price, or a lot of the audience want to hear about it. So, look, I'll just give my thoughts quickly on that. And maybe if you can comment after that, Mr. Gonzo. But really what I'm seeing here, and it is actually quite clearly evident when you compare the 217 market and how Bitcoin dominance moved around, where we moved quite swiftly below that 50% mark. As you can see here, we're down at 46.4 now. Bitcoin is remaining pretty steady. Now, the way I see this is that it clearly shows me that we're probably in sort of the about 2/3 of the way through this market cycle. In just my opinion, and obviously none of this is financial advice, but really the way I see this sort of playing out from this point, and today's CoinGecko numbers are really sort of showing this. I think that Bitcoin is going to probably remain pretty stable here, and if it does, sort of operating in a 50 to 60k range roughly, we're going to see these alts run big time, and we are seeing that. And I think what is likely to happen first is that the top tier alts will benefit greatly in this initial stage of an alt season, if you want to call it an initial stage. Now, I am calling it that because I think we're going to see some parabolic moves, and we have seen that. We've had Polkadot take off 150% over the last week. We're seeing some of these other top tier players making pretty big moves right now. Now, one that I did cover on the trading show yesterday was the Solana blockchain and some of the dApps built on it.
Sean,
I'm no expert on this one, guys. Would either of you like to make any comments on what you see happening in that particular ecosystem? It's getting a lot of coverage at the moment. Do either of you know a lot about it? Could you share your thoughts with the audience? Who would like to start?
I would like to start with saying that Polkadot did not do 150% this week.
Oh, sorry, Matic. I keep getting those two wrong. In fact, I did it on the show yesterday.
Isn't it?
My bad. They just sound so similar. Somehow my brain's associated the two. I got it completely wrong on the show yesterday as well.
That explains why you buy Bitcoin SV.
As a Bitcoin media outlet, I was compelled to cover all aspects of Bitcoin. I have no Bitcoin SV
anymore. That's
zero.
Good. Glad you smartened up. Anyways,
no comment. Back on topic, please. Solana, it's actually down today, but it has had some pretty big moves.
See, because you talk about that. That's what happened, Sean. You review that on TA analysis, and obviously collapsed out. That's the rule, isn't it?
I can see it's going to be one of those shows today with you, Stefano, in silly moods.
Although Leanne did say it's a good buying spot right here.
Exactly, that's kind of the point.
I told my mom to buy some Sol.
And one thing of that, Solana is developing an insane amount of things right now. They are basically going into that mode of
we got money.
Trying.
We need development. So they're like,
yes. That is a perfect way of putting that down. Their main idea, their main concept is like they want to try. I mean, then are they going to succeed or not is a different story. But their main point is like they want to compete with Binance. And so think about like everything that Binance is doing, the exchange, the IDO, the staking, the side chain, the Binance Smart Chain, the NFTs, and so on. Basically, Solana wants to bring an option in their ecosystem for that. They want to go after Binance. It's really that. And so, the hackathon is a perfect example, like as Sean is showing right now. If you have like a project that is being built and so on, there are like tons of incentives. Those things are gonna obviously gonna go on IDOs and all of those things. So there is right now a lot, and generally like a lot that is being actually developed over there. which also open up that it's kind of the same thing that we're seeing on, Polkadot. Just to mention like one of the other things that Sean was mentioning, there is a lot that is happening, but we don't have the tangible thing right now. It's something that like right now getting into Solana means like placing a bet on the team and all of this ecosystem to actually release and deploy products in a matter of like a quarter, 2 quarters, and so on. Are they going to be able to do that? They have the money. That's 100% they do have it. So it comes down to like, are they capable of attracting the right type of developers and so on? Can they attract better type of developers and products compared to Binance? Those are kind of like the question, but really, really a lot is happening on that ecosystem right now.
It's not necessarily even alt season, but it's totally developer blackmail season. All the developers are so busy. They're calling their shots. They get to ask for whatever they want, despite the fact that they quote one thing. And then, a month later they go to deliver and they're like, oh, wait, I want to charge double because I've got 3 other guys offering me way more money to do the same shit that I can just skin and redo. And so there's a huge glut of development work happening. And, these big companies throwing money around. Like, who do we talk to today earlier? It's that same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Should
I
we tell them?
I don't think so.
Okay. It'll be a secret. We
might have some big news coming up for you soon.
I do think that these open up, as per usual, as we mentioned multiple times, follow where the development is happening. Right now, you got like all of these side chains that are like competing against each other to basically attract the best of the best. And yes, Jordan has mentioned that developers are being like cattle and, everybody wants to flirt with them because a project there means like a +1 that you can use for brand and awareness and blah, blah, and so on. But that means that the competition is now moving from having one chain that rules them all, which obviously is Ethereum, we all know this, but, just for keeping the conversation, we're moving from having one chain that rules majority of them and a lot of side chains that are still going to survive, just not as cool as Ethereum, which means that where is the focus gonna go? Everybody that is using cross chain, take a very simple example. Whoever is playing, take play to earn. Whoever is playing Axie, Block Duelers, Avagotchi, and tell me a game that is still on mainnet on Ethereum. I don't know. And flipping NFTs on the Sandbox, Decentraland. Decentraland is still like there. So whoever is doing these 4 things literally needs to switch RPC every single time because they're on 4 different chains. And with Ronin actually on Axie, you need like a completely separate one. So there is a huge opportunity here. It's clear that is going to be the next thing. The cross-chain integration, whoever start nailing these type of things, whoever start creating wallets that are like interconnected on automatic swap on RPC and stuff like that, that's where the next competition is going to be. That's where the new projects are going to like start pushing very hard on that. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah, well, you mentioned I think you mentioned the leadership there. I believe it's a guy, Sam Bankman-Fried, from a company called Elevator Research. Giving out huge
Friedman. You did it wrong on the last show too.
Sam Bankman-Friedman. Sorry, Sam, if you're watching.
He's never going to come on the show now.
Probably not. No.
Mess his name up twice.
Yeah, but very capable guy from a big liquidity provider. Obviously, quite a strong trading background as well. Alameda Research has been dishing out huge amounts of money to that ecosystem or investing in it. So to be taken seriously, it's interesting that you compare it as, well, you're saying it's a direct competitor to a Binance. You're not going to put Ethereum in that category for what reason?
Well, because it's a centralized exchange branching into DEXs, trying to cover all the products.
Yeah.
Ethereum is not really an exchange. Uniswap is an exchange, right? Ethereum is the network, whereas FTX is like an exchange first, and they're offering all these other products, almost the exact same business model as Binance.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just as I raised yesterday. The one thing that I found, there was a few, whether you want to say it's a dig or not, but comparing their speed to Ethereum, etc. So they're certainly comparing it to Ethereum.
I got a nice little segue there from what Stefano was talking about all this cross-chain stuff. We've been talking about Gala a little bit, right? Can I share something?
Go for it.
So Gala has just
I just bought some Solana, by the way. We have to, from a compliance point of view, I need to mention that.
Okay, cool.
Good job.
Sean's not a financial advisor. Sean is going to get wrecked. No. So Solana.
Them's the rules, boys. Yeah, we love to talk about rules. Come on.
So we've got Gala Games who, kind of what Stefano was talking about is that you need these kind of games that are all on separate networks, right? And you got to have different RPCs and all that kind of stuff. Gala has built their own network and they're building the games on the network. So what they just announced is that they're doing Gala Games is introducing Gala Art. And they signed a giant artist. For me, this is like, whoa, this is the best, man. I love Frank Miller. I don't know if you've seen my art, but there's a huge Frank Miller influence in there. 300, Sin City, all that stuff. So they announced that they're going to release a limited edition series of NFTs. They're unveiling the Gala Art Initiative, which is convenient enough, something that we did at Block Duelers, like, a month ago with the Thriving Artist Initiative. So, there's
I think they're about to come on the channel. I've been talking with them, so you can ask them that directly.
Cool. Yeah, no. I mean,
did you copy that from
Did you
me?
copy my ideas?
No, but this is an idea that every artist has had since they started drawing. This is not a new idea. This is like, get paid for the fucking work that you do and get royalties for it. Give me my goddamn money.
PG-13.
Give me my goddamn money. That's all I'm saying. No, I'm serious though. Like, I've worked for so many big corporations and so many big brands, and in 24 years, I've received like $1,200 in royalties for directing like a shitty ass show in Australia that nobody's ever heard of. And other than that, all these other big name stuff I've worked on, nothing. So the reason that you're seeing Binance, Gala, FTX, all these places are all getting into collectible and art NFTs because it's a huge market. There's a whole class of creative people that want to capitalize on the art that they make. So it's just kind of cool that even the gaming network is getting into the art. So you can sign up for the Gala Art and they'll give you updates when the NFTs drop. They're teaming up with Crypto Art House, which is kind of cool. And hopefully, I'm hoping running my node, we'll get some free Frank Miller drops maybe, which is kind of
right.
neat.
Yeah, you guys are all, I think there's 3 of you in the Hard Forking team that are all running Gala nodes.
Noted up. I've been getting consistent 770 to 800 Gala a week, and then I've gotten 2 NFTs already, which is kind of cool. So looks like it's.
You got one more than me.
Yeah.
God damn it! I'm so jealous. How come you got 2 NFTs and I got only 1?
Yeah, hey, look, I mean, I don't really like just sort of chewing through news websites because everyone's capable of doing that themselves. But just sort of quickly, as I was scanning it, just while you're talking on this topic, this is the front page editor's choice. You can just see that it's still dominating. NFTs, gaming, 400 million gaming VC fund, big raft. Big players, big money coming in here. Yao Ming's got an NFT. Now, one that I absolutely freaking love that I saw today is this one. Disaster Girl.
Cool $500,000. See, this is exactly
cool $500,000 for that picture. From
this is why everybody's coming up with NFT marketplaces. Did that little girl actually get the $500,000, or is just like
her father took that photo? She's sold the original for $500,000. So yes, she did.
Good. That's what I like to see. None of this 1% royalty for selling it.
Oh no, that's not good, eh? Now we're going to get into our Axie Scholar giveaway shortly, but should we just have a quick look at what AXS has done? Once again, compliance. I don't think Stefano's got any AXS, but I have now.
I don't.
Yeah, I jumped in at $6 last
That's
week, so
good
that's
price,
a
good price.
nice little move. Now SLP, it had some pretty wild moves recently, eh?
Yeah, it doubled. Did 100% as soon as they announced, as soon as Ronan came up. And then, but it was convenient because, well, not really convenient, but you can't claim your LSLP because of the migration, which is kind of, I'm sure it's upset a lot of our scholars that we have in the chat there. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have enough SLP bank to pay out everybody right now at the moment, even though it's peaking. But you know what?
Yeah.
Honestly, this is just the start, because once the migration finishes and then everybody that has like 2 or 3 axes, they're just going to start breeding them because they have SLP stocked up. Hopefully they have an AXS or 2, so it's not that expensive. There's no more ETH fees. We're going to see a huge boom in SLP and breeding. So yeah, good tip for everybody. Keep your eye on the marketplace for the latest listings. You're getting guys that are dumping like really, really good axes with like 1 or 2 breeds on them for 0.05 ETH, which is like $100, So if you want to start a team, scoop a couple of those up, and then you breed them, and then you're going to have your own scholarship soon.
Okay, now as much as I hate to do this, because I am a holder of one of the tokens we're going to have a bit of a chat about here, or not about this token, but about a project that it's associated with. Stefano, you gave the audience a bit of a rundown of things to look out for this week, events that were happening, etc. Do you just want to summarize what's been good, bad, and ugly so far?
Sure. So let me see what I was mentioning. So the NBA Top Shot. I got my package today, got delivered. I got 3 common moments. As I mentioned on that, like, don't expect any return, like anything too crazy from there. I'm looking at like the values already, and those moments are going for like $5 on the floor. So you're buying a pack for $9. You are selling them for like $5 each. You're basically like, yes, bring home 50% of return, but it's like $5 in total. You're really not doing those type of events for the return. You're doing those events, one, because you're a collector, or 2, because from time to time they do have requirements from, if you want to like purchase a specific type of package. Those are good moments to jump in, because $9 overall, like, you might need to collect like 10 of those or something like that. It's going to cost you $30 instead of like much more. So think about that in that way. The experience right now is pretty straightforward. That went pretty well on that. Then the other thing was the treasure hunt. I didn't manage to participate on that. It was too early, so I didn't check that out. But the one from Atari, I managed to get 2 sweaters from my character on Decentraland. So I'm very, very happy with that, because they're limited edition. The gas was indeed pretty low. I paid around $80 for the 2 of them in total. So entry price of $40 each. Market is not stabilized yet, but that was a very, very good thing. I was pretty happy. Decentralized wearables I love them. They're very, very nice. If they're ever going to move on Polygon, that's going to be like a positive thing. And then we got to the very, very bad experience that I had, which is the one with the MotoGP. Now, I say that on the last video that I was unhappy with like the decision of going only with credit card. Man, like, it has been so painful that I'm very, very disappointed in what that company has done. Like, it's absolutely insane. So to give you an idea, let's rewind what happened on Series 1, on the first drop that I have done. The marketplace got fooled with bots that bought everything in a matter of a couple of minutes. The website crashed down, and it was basically impossible for everybody to buy at least a pack. Like, the number of people that actually managed to got something was probably like less than 10. There was not a bot or things like that. First experience, model of like the flow blockchain, like those type of things. Now, a bit disappointed, considering that the company has already done pre-sales on F1 Delta Time. And as well, if we're looking at like the holding entity, also the sandbox. you know, the reason experience behind here. It's not like that there are newcomers that have never done that before. But, you know, different team managing different products. First sales went too well. And okay, cool, got it. So for the second sale, they decided to completely change everything. Introducing a queue system, putting out only credit card payments, and, you know, going with that model. And yeah, absolutely disagreeing with that approach in the first place, because I want to pay with cryptos. We're in the blockchain space. Why are you forcing me to using traditional financial models? But either way, you know, you suck it up. You believe in the project. You're a fan, and you go for it. It doesn't matter. So let's start from really the no sense and the cheapness of executing or planning something like this. The queue. When you're joining the queue on NBA Top Shot, you get a random number, okay? The random number is generated, and then you basically wait, and when it's your turn, maybe you're lucky, maybe it's not, you will be able to get a pack. Here, it's a first come, first serve. So the queue tells you that if you're fast enough, you're going to jump into that and you're going to be able to manage a pack. But if you're not fast enough, you're screwed either way. So already kind of defeating the purpose of the queue, which, yeah, it eliminates the bot, but it doesn't really help the people in general. So that's number one of a problem. Number two, the website was not ready for the volumes and the amount of people that was actually like jumping in, which already is another issue, because they already had the first sale. They already collect data. They should have basically like improved the model, better server, better communication, better whatever. But the system was not handling communication on the pages in the proper way. So people were getting like errors. The queue was not loading properly. Numbers of your queue were not being updated and everything. And the process went completely crazy. Number three, the payments. After 100 sales, they communicate that the third-party service provider was not capable of handle the number of transactions. We're talking about 100, by the way. We're not talking about like 10,000 or whatever. After 100, they were like, our third-party service provider can't manage this. We're going to pause everything. Now, that was the same message that they say on the first sales, by the way, which means, again, you have data, learn from that and fix the problem. Number two, they fix everything. They block everything. They completely interrupt that. So a sales that start at 8 p.m. Singaporean time, I was number 2,000 and something. I ended up having my turn at 3 o'clock in the morning, which means that I was sleeping, which means that I didn't get my pack in the end. And all of this because a team with experience of the sandbox, which is what, like a $400 million market cap or whatever it is, with the Rev token, with the F1 Delta time, managed to completely screw up one of the easiest thing ever with a team with that experience. So I am no proper thing to save this project anymore at this point. This is really showing that you're just there to like riding the hype because it's NFT, squeezing money from the user, not even putting down the minimum effort of actually delivering a simple project to someone or a good user experience, a sufficient user experience. Not even that. Like, no.
Switching to credit card only is a pretty big indicator, I think.
That's true.
Why should we?
Disappointing to hear. Yeah, it's ecosystem. Well, their games are ones that to me look fantastic. Yeah, I do hold the Rev token. So yeah, not very happy to hear that. So hopefully we will get somebody from that project to come and have a chat with us. But yeah, not good. I think before we get into the Axie part of the show, I think we wanted to touch on Alien Worlds, maybe have something positive that we're seeing in the play to earn gaming space. Thoughts on that? A lot of people talking about it. I think the price has done some crazy stuff too lately. Let's have a look at that.
We have our little Alien Worlds chat going in the Discord. There's quite a number of scholars in there talking about it. Does
Yep.
everybody like that? Let's hear what everybody has to say. What do you guys think about Alien Worlds? It's getting a lot of hype, you know, big partnership with Binance, right? Now there's the Binance Planet. Go mine Binance. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, 73% on the week.
Woohoo!
Damn.
Everybody was saying you can make
Damn.
$20 a day. Now you can make $40 a day. Which is even better, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay.
Richard.
Any other comments on the space? And I just got to throw it in there. People, please smash the likes. I hate doing that. I really hate saying that, but I have to.
Like it. Like it.
Just like us. Get it
46
out of the way.
likes.
Hit the like
63
button.
watching.
Exactly. More watching than likes. Come on, people. Push the button. We will. Sorry, Mr. Gonzo.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just, there's obviously a huge amount happening in the gaming space. Just any other comments on anything happening there before we move into the Axie section?
Well, there is quite a lot actually that is still going on. Engine, Lost Relic, which is another game that we have like on Discord. It's currently basically like not going for jump net, and that was a bit surprising because like there are a few projects like Engine has announced jump net, and then they're gonna like go on a Phoenix, I think it's called, the layer 2. Like, so right now they're like in kind of like a limbo situation, and few projects on the Engine blockchain are being like, no, we're not going to do the job because we will have to change that later on, and in 9 months or in 10 months or in things like that. So Engine is going like a little bit on a backfire from the development community, and I understand that, to be honest. If you're a developer, you're like, hey, I've done like all of this job, and now you're forcing me to do this, and then in 6 months I have to do that again. No, I'm just gonna wait. I'm removing the minting part of the blockchain for the time being because the community at the end of the day cares about the play to earn. Now it goes back on like what we were mentioning in the days, like why was Binance Smart Chain getting so much attention? Why nobody cares about decentralization and like all of those things? Here is the same thing, decentralized game in terms of the NFT is moving basically for a period of being centralized. Community totally support the decision. We're still far from that point where we're gonna have like full decentralized game from start to end, because again, even the blockchains are trying to figure out solutions on that. So Engine right now is having like a little bit of a slow term, I would say, but overall I still believe that what they're doing, it's super, super cool on that side. Age of Rust is another game on the Engine that was supposed to release, and it's not there at the moment. So we're starting seeing like a lot of delays from tons of different things.
Developer bottlenecks. Developer bottlenecks.
Yeah.
Would you say there's a skill shortage in the blockchain space at the moment?
I think that there is a skills shortage for proper things.
Yeah.
But back in 2017, you were having like all of this tsunami of tech companies doing ICO smart contracts and exactly. And they were charging you like, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 for a blockchain smart contract for your ICO. Now, what nobody was saying back in the days, and I find like super weird, is that the majority of those people were basically like developers with less than a year of work experience that learned one thing and one thing only, which was a smart contract for ICO, which, by the way, was already open source as a code.
Copy paste.
Exactly. And they were reselling that for $15,000, $20,000 and so on. So that wave of people is still there. Like a lot of the contracts that you see now on like, DeFi, on like, an IDO, and like a lot of those contracts are actually copy and paste. Majority of these teams are using development companies that are doing blockchain related work, and in reality they're just recreating the same thing over and over.
They're spending all their money on marketing basically and not actually building something.
Well, no, they are building, but the problem is that the quality is not there.
Yeah.
But when then you start seeing like how people are actually putting real code in place, and you start looking at Uniswap, you start looking at Aave, you start looking at even like another thing that Jordan loves, Bencore. When you start looking at like those codes, man, then you understand that there is really a big difference between like companies that have talents and the majority of everybody else. With the gaming, the play to earn, with like all of these things is quite similar in reality. Like people unfortunately are not pushing forwards. They're just taking like the soup, re-eating that and reselling that over and over to as many companies as they can, which meh.
Mm.
There's
Yeah,
a couple
just
comments in the YouTube, because it's my job today to be on top of this. The one simple question was, what's an NFT? And just a quick is non-fungible token, right? The idea would be is if you have $1 and $50, you can pull $1 out of that stack and they're all exactly the same, interchangeable, right? The difference would be non-fungible tokens are like Magic the Gathering cards. You have a stack of cards, each one is different, and each one has a different run, different rarities, different abilities. So that's the main difference between a fungible token and a non-fungible token. So just quickly, there was a question in there from Mark.
Oh, by the way, did you see about Magic, Jordan?
Yeah, they're getting into
which...
yeah, they're getting into NFTs as well. I'm surprised it took them that long, actually.
Yeah, so, that's true.
And just back, there was another comment in there about people were saying SLP, what's going on. I just wanted to mention that there's probably going to be an opportunity to buy if you haven't, because as soon as they unlock the SLP, right, and if the price stays anywhere near where it is now, you're going to see every person that's been doing play to earn for the last 6 months that couldn't afford the gas fees cash out. So there'll probably be a very, very substantial dip coming here. And if you want to stock up for breeding, I would say 1 week is when you want to start looking, maybe 5 days, because they said within the week. So keep your eyes peeled. Have some spare ETH kicking around, and pick up some secret love potions if you're into that. Smooth love potions now. No,
you
not
could even try to.
everything.
You could even try to be fast and sell it and buy back later on the SLP. It could even work.
Yeah, we'll see what happens though. So anyway, yeah, that was just from the chat. So those are good questions. Thanks, guys.
All right, so we got some people in the running to win or get the scholar team with the good questions. Good to see how we're looking on the bot winner, Stefano. Are we ready to do that?
And then
on the bot, we are at 53. Oh, it seems like a 53 is a recurring number over there, isn't it?
And then also someone mentioned that we have on our hard forking Discord server, going back to Alien Worlds, there is shovels free on the Discord server in hard forking. Someone is giving some away, so that's kind of cool. I'm not sure who's doing that, but that's great to hear. Did you know about that, Stefano?
No, because I don't play the Alien World, unfortunately, so I'm completely far from that environment.
I just kind of skim that every once in a while, but someone in the chat was just mentioning, where is it if I can find it? That's probably one of our scholars doing good work there. I can't find it, but anyways. So 53, hey, are we going to wait for 60 before we do a draw?
Yeah, I think we can.
Okay.
Well, there's more than that in watching right now. So that means that some of you, as I say, free to enter this, people. So you've just got to jump into the Discord and register, and we randomly select somebody. So if you haven't done that, you might want to hurry up.
I can't play Alien World, ran out of CPU. That's awesome. And I love that comment.
Yeah, on that note, I don't know whether it was news of any note, but I saw that one of the software makers has limited the ability who was it? I'll see if I can bring that up in a moment. Sorry, I'm just jumping around a million screens here. Did you see that? Did you see that news?
I don't know.
What was
No
it?
idea what you're
Okay,
talking about.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to open that window without doxing some of the other stuff that I've got going. So I have to come back to that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
One thing on that, because like Daisy's saying, like, does
Ooh.
blockchain have a future? Daisy, imagine that in, I don't know, 10 years from now, 15, 20, something like that. Everything that you're doing on a daily, watching a video, sending a text, getting a sponsored banner ads on a social media, liking something, sending an email, receiving a text, sending an emoji, like whatever thing you're doing, everything will reward you.
Guys,
Yeah.
sorry, just check this out. Binance just listed SLP USDT, and it's starting to pump like crazy now, which is kind of cool. SLP at USDT.
Oh,
The trading pair.
That's good. So
Yeah.
SLP
Big
will
news.
go like on crazy.
Yeah, and it's like. So
Fair enough.
congrats, scholars. Hopefully we
Yeah.
hold this price action for a couple more days so we can pay you. It's gonna be awesome.
The day that he's gonna be fine goes like to. Yeah, don't. The best thing is like really don't keep hope for that thing. If it happens, it happens. It's a big win. If it doesn't, really don't put yourself up for.
Can I
disappointment.
just answer a question here from Kitten Dust? Are you worried about Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies? What if people start leaving Bitcoin because they realize there is no physical form there? What do you think? Now, Kitten Dust, obviously, we had a financial system based on gold, on the gold standard for a number of years that finished in 73. Gold is still very much a integral part of the financial system. Bitcoin, it has evolved to be digital gold. It's called a store of value, and yeah, that's what Bitcoin has ended up being. And I personally consider it far superior to gold. It's just gold for a digital age. So the fact that there is no physical form, and I'm assuming that's what you're alluding to there, it just goes with exactly what Stefano was just saying. The use of blockchain is the future. Bitcoin, to me, is a category unto itself. It's quite different to a lot of what we're discussing here today. But I also would encourage people, there's a wonderful series on Netflix called Dirty Money, which looks at all aspects of the financial industry. And the one on gold, which I watched. Sorry?
It's a cool one.
It's a fantastic series, isn't it? Yeah, I'd encourage everyone to have a look at that. I watched the one on gold last night, and it was heartbreakingly depressing. And it really showed the money flow of drugs coming into the US, the cash going back into Peru to pay the drug manufacturers. But then it was basically turned into illegally mined gold, and the working conditions of the people that were involved in that industry were absolutely hilarious. That gold was then sent to Miami, where it was smelted, and a lot of it was sold to the likes of Cartier, even to the US Mint. So some of the accusations leveled at the crypto space for illicit activities. Watching that documentary was a reminder of how much dodgy behavior goes on in pretty much all aspects of the financial system. But check out that series; it's an eye opener, and it will certainly help you understand the value prop of a lot of what's happening in the crypto space as well.
On that
So
point,
I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, on that point, Sean, there's no physical aspect to Bitcoin. I mean, I think it's a non-starter because even for people that are, a bit older, they come from the, 50, 60, 70 years old. They come from traditional like gold and money and coins. All you have to do is look at China, right? The whole population, they all use WeChat and mobile payments. You can't actually use physical money anymore. So, it shows old people, young people, it doesn't matter. All it takes is a bit of like free money to get them on the system and show them how to use it. And the adoption comes almost instantly. So I don't think that, there's a couple issues with blockchain and crypto and Bitcoin specifically, but the fact that it's a non-physical item, I don't think is an issue at all. Totally. Not at all.
Yeah.
Where's that question from?
That was from Kitten Dust.
Kitten Dust.
Haven't seen Kitten Dust here before, so
Welcome.
welcome along. There's actually quite a few new names in here.
I see.
So if you haven't,
Risky Plum is back. Good to see you again, buddy.
one of my favorite names in the, in the crypto space.
Yeah. Let's open up. I'm gonna share. Can we share?
Sure.
Yeah. SOP is pumping.
Whoa.
So it's pumped.
Lord, look at that. That's the beauty of a live show.
That is your SLP to USDT pump, I would guess. I mean, it's up 5% today, but it was up like 100% yesterday and the day before. So, woohoo! SLP. So that's kind of cool.
Indeed.
Our scholars are going to love that.
Very nice. Okay. Come on. Should we give away one of the scholar teams here with the bot? That way we can sort of still take some good questions from people. So keep them coming, people. If you have just joined us, just to let you know, where Mr. Gonzo will let one of you with a great question use his team in the scholar program that we've got here. So keep the questions coming. And Stefano, do you want to do your thing and select somebody?
Do my thing.
My God.
There, I've done my thing. What else you want? Now, to do the thing in the proper way, the one that everybody cares, let's see who's going to get a scholarship. Now, you know the rules. You already know the rules. This is going on every single time. I want to see the text. No text, no scholarship. Let's see. We have...
Oh, I have some more other interesting Axie news. It's kind of cool.
The bot is not. The bot is. Aha! Lyra! But Lyra already have a scholarship. What do we do? Do we allow Lyra to pick another person?
How did we resolve this? Because this happened last week as well, didn't it?
Yeah, last week we say only people that don't have a scholarship can get from the bot. For people
well, I think
that
that kind of makes sense to maybe stick with that. We possibly are going to get to a point where much of the audience has a team, and this could be recurring.
I have something to talk about with that, actually, because, you know, so far, most of our scholars, when we first started, we were doing a bit of an intense process. You know, you have to fill out the form and your background a little bit. And then we got a lot of scholars, and it's pretty much just been like we're giving them away, right? And so we're gonna have another bunch coming up, but to go with, you know, our values and what we believe in here, what we're gonna start doing is promoting. So some of the scholars that we've had around for a couple months now that have been doing really well, we're gonna promote them up, and we'll give them a bit more percentage of SLP, and then they can help us onboard some of their friends and family and people that they know regionally. So we're going to grow the family, right? Instead of just bringing randoms in off the internet, we really want to focus on building, you know, like regional teams. You know, you have your Venezuelan team, you have your Filipino team, and then the people that have been active in the community, doing well as scholars, you know, contributing. We're going to promote them and give them, you know, a little bit more responsibility and a little bit of better pay and a little bit of notoriety, and that's all going to be connected with the Axies as well, because right now we've got, like, you know, some grinder teams, some kind of medium teams, and then we've got some premium teams. So we're going to start tiering the scholars so that when you enter the program fresh and you don't know anybody, you kind of have to prove yourself for a bit. It'll be like a month or two grinding, just earning that SLP, and then if you show the work ethic and, you know, you fit in and, you know, just part of a good community, then you can move up to your scholar tier, which is like, you know, mid-range Axies. They'll do well in PvP and PvE. And then we're going to have our top tier scholars, the ones that do well in PvP and the ones that earn consistently and they're helpful in the community, show some leadership ability. Those guys will also get the premium teams, and those teams will play in the tournaments that we've been entering and the tournaments that are coming up, and those will be more of our like our banner scholars, the top scholars for the program. So Ronan's scaling up, so now we can scale up. So that's kind of what we have.
Mr. Gonzo, ultimately it's your decision to make here, but I just sort of give my 2 cents worth over the scenario we've got here with that person already having a team. I think you've got 40 odd teams that are going to be available to the community very shortly. So personally, I think today, given the fact we've only just got 2, it maybe is nice if we select somebody that currently doesn't have one. There's 70 odd people here now, so does that sound fair? And I think when we're doing a show next week with obviously quite a few more teams to spread the love with, if we have a scenario where somebody's already got a team, then maybe we can have a scenario where they could award that to somebody directly themselves. What do you think? Yeah,
let's do another one.
Fair. Okay. Yeah, sorry, who was that person?
Lira.
Yeah.
No, it's Ramirez.
Well noted that you're that you have one, I'm sure. Yeah, we'll chat with you in Discord
is
as well.
Match Wow number 24. By the way, that's his team.
Man, I've been challenging the scholars in the Discord there with the teams. I'll just jump in there when I'm taking a break, having a smoke. And they're like, play me, boss, play me. And I'm like, I don't know who you are. You got to put your team number in your username if you want to fight, because
that's fair.
I don't have like Stefano's list regularly, and finding the Discord name that matches the profile name, it's quite complicated. So if you want to fight, you got to put your team name in there. Much Wow 32 or Gonzo 50, Gonzo Scholar 15, whatever it is, or Hard Forking Scholar 1234. Please, if you want to fight, let's do that.
Or Sean.
B man, that's a good question, and we'll get to that in a moment. I'll get one of the guys to address that for you. If you guys can have a look at B man's question. But yeah, should we have a redraw?
Already done.
Yes.
Already done.
The winner is Arkisha.
Now, does Arkisha No, she doesn't have a scholarship.
There we go.
Fresh.
At least her role is not an art scholar, so I believe that she doesn't have a scholarship. Now the big question is,
but is she here?
Yeah, that's the thing, because as per usual, let's Keisha, don't do that now. Come on.
Don't break our hearts here. Come on. Ooh.
Well, we've got I got a question here, Stefano, that you might be.
Yeah, let's address some questions. Give a Keisha some time. Maybe somebody knows her. They can hit her up.
Albert Dean Cruz is asking, is there any scholarships for streamers?
So we no, we try to really as I mentioned before, the idea is cool, don't take me wrong, it's a nice idea. I'm not taking that in a negative way or anything like that, but we really care of ensuring that everybody can have the same chance no matter what. We really want to make sure that whoever you are, it doesn't matter anything, you really have the same amount of chances as anybody else to receive a team. So if you're a streamer, that is good. That's awesome. We do have actually the mom of a streamer, because she's my scholar and she's awesome. But her son is a streamer as well, actually. So if you're a streamer, just make sure to tag along in the community. On my Twitch, you can get NFTs, and if you collect all of them, you receive a scholarship for sure. Now there is a bot. Whoever asks the best questions gets a scholarship. We're doing plenty of activities to ensure that whatever you do, you can have a chance. Once you get a team, if you are streaming, and so there is some sort of benefits that goes on our way, I think that it's fair on discussing like some different type of terms at that point, because you're obviously putting not only the game, but you're also doing something on top of that. But as a start, no, everybody gets exactly the same. We really, really care on ensuring that, you know, it's the same for everybody. There is no preference whatsoever. Later on, if you got a team and there is actually more benefits, let's speak in private and let's sort it out some special thing, obviously. Because the more we get as an exposure, so like followers, branded awareness, all of those things, it only makes sense that we reward. We've done that in the past on like, you know, the moderators. Sometimes they receive things in return because obviously they put more work in place to help the community and so on. So that's kind of the answer for that.
Okay, great. Hey, we actually got another really good question here, and I want to give a big shout out to her as well. Millie Arujo, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I see you on the daily, on YouTube, on Twitter, always commenting. You're a fantastic member of this community. Great to have you here. And she asks, Axie Infinity has become one of the things we discuss most in my group of friends. Has this game changed the way you see the world and relate to people in the present? Stefano, Mr. Gonzo, thoughts on that question?
Well, it goes like on basically like the point. It shows that like what we're doing, not us alone, but like the entire community is on the right track. We mentioned that multiple times, that play to earn gives the option for people to really have like something that was imaginable 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, most likely, even a year ago. I don't think that you were making a lot of money by playing Axie alone. You know, the simple fact that like people can have a way of like thinking about the future in a completely different way. The thing that like definition of like 9 to 5 job is completely divided. The thing that like, you know, this entire movement is helping people to change completely like their way of thinking about like life, society, the present, and therefore also like the future. It explains exactly that maybe we are doing something that is right, I guess, or at least like I like to believe that. So it's cool. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that promise back in sort of 2016, 2017, you know, there was always that hype around these ICO launches, you know, democratizing this, blah, 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 that. Well, I think we're finally starting to see how blockchain will reshape our lives. You could take, you know, those extreme examples of very centralized silos of information, you know, from the Facebooks of the world, et cetera, where we are the client and the product. It's, you know, blockchain, you know, take Axie, you're being rewarded for time you put into something. I think we'll see a tsunami of use cases in the very near future, and this is an exciting time for all of us. You guys watching today, the three of us making this show, we really are right at the absolute beginnings. And you know, one way that I could maybe demonstrate that is where I think the amount of users in the space at the moment is commensurate with the amount of users for the internet in 1997. So as many people are blockchain now as there were internet 1997. We know how quickly things developed with the internet. I think we'll see magnitudes of that within blockchain. Yes, there's a lot of teething problems, as we discussed earlier with the MotoGP situation. But look, these things will get ironed out. We are early. You know, you're all part of a great moment in history here. Yeah, I'm loving being part of it myself. Good question, Millie. And once again, thanks for being so active in the community.
Connected to that question a little bit is someone was asking, you know, what's the age limit for playing Axie? And, you know, this is, again, an example of how blockchain is changing everything, because, you know, we have a scholar, Jazzy, who's, you know, one of our superstars. She's doing a really good moderating the community and helping out around, which is really great. We appreciate you, Jazzy. Thank you very much. Her son has a scholarship also, and he's 12. So, you know, we've got the son, the dad, the mother, they're all playing Axies. So, you know, a whole household is actually making an income on Axies. That's one way that, you know, like we said, Stefano, a year ago, 2 years ago, it wouldn't even be possible. But now it's giving people opportunities to start businesses, right? So part of this whole thing is to set up a model where people can earn SLP, not just for the short term, but set up a breeding program, set up a scholarship program. You know, you have your own team, you can breed another team. So you're going to have two teams. You can't play two teams by yourself, so you get your friend to play. And everything just scales up like that. So just setting up some guidelines and helping people, you know, see the opportunity that's there. Anybody can do this. This is not just because, you know, I'm from a well-off country or I've been in crypto for a while. You know, like I was broke ass a couple years ago, you know, like it was really hard with COVID and doing freelance animation. And it's just like, you know, there's a lot of opportunity here. So just want everybody to seize it. Don't miss it.
Now he's got 4 Lambos.
I was broke, then I discovered Pirate Chain.
Yarr. Oh God. Oh Lord. Hey, well, we got a little bit sidetracked here. I think the person who won
Keisha's gone. She's
but
not
she seems
there.
to be. She's got a Twitch stream. She's got her Twitter going there, and it seems. Like
I mean,
everybody's
I'm
saying
glad
she
for
deserves
her,
it.
but no text in the chat.
She said she's a deserving scholar.
I'm sure she is, but hey, text in the chat. No text in the chat, no scholarship.
You know what happens sometimes though is you get people that their internet connections get cut out.
Yeah, but we also gave
Okay.
what, like 10 minutes to
Okay.
actually write a message.
To run to the next.
Are we 100%
to
sure
steal
that-
the password on the next Wi-Fi.
Hey, if you are here, this is your kind of your chance to
Last call.
speak up. A wee bit.
Last call. But what I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna answer one of the question. And then like if we got no answer by Urkisha, we're gonna just like do another roll. There was someone that was asking like, what do I do? I want to like take out the profits of like some of the trades, but like I don't know where to put them and so on. Let me find that very quickly.
Oh, that was something Mr.
B-Man.
B-Man.
Yeah, B-Man. I would like to know where you put the money where you put the money I'm gaining. Thank you. Give it all to me. As coins grow, I want to start taking profits. How do we make cash while not stealing coins? Thanks. So if I understood correctly, your point is like you were in trades and you're in profit, you want to exit from there, but you still want to be able to like make some sort of return and so on. Staking is basically like the best possible thing. You can either do staking from, you know, some very popular coins. So you could, for example, like cash them out in Bitcoin or in Ethereum and then stake them into systems like Yield, like Celsius, and kind of like the classic. Or you could even do that with stable coins in reality. And you can park them like on Aave or many of the other like lend and borrowing solutions that there are available. And in that specific case, you know, it would be very, very good to kind of like just keeping on the stable coin, I think, because like it completely destroyed the risk of the fluctuation. You have your stable coins, is always pegged in dollars. And right now you're bringing home like what, 10, 12, 15% a year on something like that. So your money are still making profits. If you want a little bit more on that, then you can still go on like something like ETH. You are exposed to the fluctuation of Ethereum, Matic and Polygon and so on. You can stake them and you can get like X is another example indeed. Now X on it's a little bit like not on that side. Like you still have the fluctuation of the coin. It's not a small cap gem anymore. It's true as well, but you know,
12 cents SLP just did 20% since we've been talking.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
That's good. So yeah, B-Man, that's your question. The easiest would be like to go on stable coin and put that into Aave, for example.
A bit of a trading advice for what he's talking about. You know, if you put your initial, you know, say your bet is $500 or whatever, right?
Not financial advice, though, of course.
But just as a trading technique.
Yep.
You know,
Trading. Yeah. Trading help.
With what's happening right now, you know, you're seeing really massive gains. So I find the best thing to do is that you just take out your initial, you know, when you feel comfortable, like, oh, this is, it feels like it's a bit toppy, take out your initial, and then you can just let the rest ride. Then that way, basically whatever's left over is a free trade, right? That's if you're still like, oh, I love this project, but I got to take my profits. Just leave a little moon bag in there. It's not going to hurt because, you know, you've got all your initial out and you've made your profits. That's another way without staking, you know.
Another good question from Millie here. What would you say was or is the hardest part of being an advocate for a blockchain game that has become so successful in 2021?
The biggest
specifically
issue
now with the Ronin update. Look, Stefano put Axie on my radar. Geez, it's God, I don't know, 8-9 months ago, and it was total gibberish to me at the time. And I couldn't really wrap my head around the whole concept. But simply to be sitting here today doing what we're doing and you know, really helping this community out. I mean, this is one of my favorite parts and of what I've done in 5-6 years in this space, and it's an amazing insight into what is coming. I just think this, you know, the play to earn space. I think blockchain gaming is going to be a massive driver for adoption and to demonstrate use case of blockchain for many other sectors. So, you know, that's my thoughts on that question. Maybe I'll get you guys to comment on that one as well.
Oh, for me, it's tough because like I don't care. Like that's the point. Like the challenge is not there. The reason why I share play to earn stuff is because I like games. I love playing games. I love the fact that this work can bring things like in a completely different path. I have issues with society. I don't like the word. And so play to earn can really change things, and I hope can be a vehicle to make the world a better place. So for me, it's like, hey, there is these cool things. Why don't you learn about that? And then people can tell me like, whoa, this is amazing. Or they can tell me like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, I don't care. Like my life, thanks to blockchain, has changed. I'm full-time in this space. I wake up in the morning and I do what I love. I'm learning every single day new things. I cannot care less if someone on the other side is telling me like, yeah, but blah, 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 blah. I want this, I want that. Like, whatever. Everybody's free of doing whatever they want. I do that because it makes me happy. It's very egotistical from that side, but it is true.
So Millie's question was like, what's one of the obstacles? You know, being an advocate for blockchain gaming, and it's totally user interface and onboarding. That is the biggest problem for sure by a mile, because, you know, it's like, hey, play Axie. They can't just download the game and start playing, right? Block duelers, same thing. You have to swap chains. You got to go here. You got to go there. You got to have a wallet here, a wallet there. You know, so there's bridging, different currencies, right? So that is by far the biggest obstacle right now, is onboarding, because, you know, you can get people interested, but you start talking about, you know, starting a DEX account, getting Ethereum into that account, and then doing a swap to get SLP or earning, or even to install Axie. You know, you have to go to the Discord server. You got to be on Discord. You got to find the package to install the game, right? And then once you have that, then you install it on your phone and there's a whole bunch of different steps, right? So, but you can see Axie's already making steps towards that. In the new Ronin wallet, they have a DEX built in, and they say that they have fiat payment rails coming. So soon, you know, you're going to be able to, okay, I want to play Axies. Your starter pack is, you know, $200, $300 or whatever. You pay with your credit card and you're in. And once you have that bid in, then you're going to have your crypto wallet that'll be connected. So we're not there yet. You know, we haven't seen anything yet, I think, as far as NFT gaming, play to earn gaming, crypto in general. We're not there yet because it's too complicated still, way too complicated. I mean, for us, it all seems simple now because we've been doing it, but there is a much bigger market that will come when you don't even know what's under the hood. It's just like you go to a website, you start playing, you start making money. That's it. You know, right now.
Yeah, I mean, NBA Top Shots is an example. They're sort of maybe ones that are breaking a bit of ground there. I mean, there are people sort of purchasing that now without having any idea they're interacting with any blockchain technology at all.
True. That's true.
Okay,
I'm gonna
ETV says, I want to be like Stefano.
Nah, trust me, there is nothing nice of being like me. You wake up in the morning, you're upset with the world, you got like with your veins all on the neck, and you start shouting at people. Like, trust me, it's not a good life.
Okay, hey, listen, we're an hour into this or more, and we still haven't helped out the community here.
Yeah, I'm dropping.
So maybe
another
we go
winner.
with the better questions, Mr. Gonzo. That's your call this week. Do you want to take some more questions, or what are your thoughts?
Kaiser
Stop, fair.
Kaiser won.
We got it.
Kaiser, congrats.
You got a scholarship.
And he's already responded.
Kaiser got a scholarship.
Oh, fantastic.
We finally got someone answering.
Woohoo, nice job, bud.
Very good. I used to have a dog called Kaiser. How's it spelled?
Keiser.
Okay. Cool.
What?
Nice. Congratulations, Kaiser. Welcome.
Well done, Kaiser.
Isn't Kaiser the right pronunciation?
Kaiser Nava. Well done. Where what part of the world are you in? Let us know. Okay, so that means one more team, which will go to the person giving us the best questions.
Well,
I love Ed's, but that's a statement. So sorry, Ed.
I am going with not only quality questions, but quantity of questions. And I think that Miley Arroyo, sorry.
Millie
Muy
Aruzo.
español, muy malo. That's all I know in Spanish.
All right. Well done, Millie. Or is it me?
Wait, isn't Rio in Brazil, which means that they speak Portuguese, which means that you would just say that makes no sense whatsoever?
Well, my Portuguese is even worse than my Spanish. So.
Okay.
All my Latin languages suck.
We're a bunch of ignorant.
Millie, M-I-L-E. Arayulo.
Oh, yeah, mate, I'm great. I'm really pleased that you picked her because I literally see her commenting, just being involved in pretty much every video the channel puts out on Twitter.
Oh my God. Yeah, you won, Millie. You won. Congrats. Oh my God.
Awesome.
Millie, send me a DM in private on Discord, and we're gonna sort it out.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Stefano's almost out of scholars, guys.
That's insane. 70 scholarship given. I think that we still have with the 2 now. I think that we're down to 7 left, which means that we have giving away 73.
70. That's like
63. Sorry, 63 teams in a matter of
3 weeks.
Yeah,
scaling up now, Brody.
Fantastic. Have we had a scholar? Sorry, have we had a scholar from Argentina before, or is it our first?
No. Awesome.
I think that we do.
That's where Millie's from.
I don't. See, I was right. It was Spanish, Sean. Stefano.
Well, you say Rio.
Arayulo is her name. Miley. I didn't say anything about Rio. I was trying to pronounce her name.
Then I completely misunderstood. And okay, just ignore me. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. Sorry.
Can I just say one thing as well? Look, it's really great getting to know you all on these live videos, seeing you pop up with comments on everything and in the Discord. But I would desperately love to have some of you on some videos with us. We're looking to create some sort of documentary style shows on what we've been doing in this space for a number of years. And obviously this Axie initiative has become quite a significant part of the channel. And as I've mentioned many times, it's something I'm personally very proud of, and great to have these guys that have brought this to the table. So if there's anybody that is part of that program that would be happy to do some short videos with us, it wouldn't be live, anything like that. It'll be recorded. I'd obviously show you the footage afterwards, make sure you're comfortable with it. That would really be fantastic. So please reach out to us if you're happy to do that. You know, we want to hear your stories, get to know you a bit better. So please get in touch if you would be happy to do that with us.
Oh, Miley would love to be in a video, she says.
Who would?
Miley.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yep.
Great.
And I had a couple scholars. I've talked about this a couple times. So maybe we need to organize an actual scholarship show.
Yes.
And I have
do
a
that.
bunch of surprises that we could unleash on them.
And
if we do that.
we also need to organize a tournament for the
Yes.
all the scholars, like, because we're
Would
starting
anybody-
having so many now that it's like I want to
Yep.
see a tournament inside the.
Does anybody want to help
community.
us organize that? You know, we would need to find the scholars, and we need to organize a playoff bracket and some times and ways that we could broadcast it. I mean, we could use Twitch, right? We could use the YouTube channel, but you know, if someone wants to help coordinate that, you know, we can probably maybe give you a small percentage of the prize pool. Maybe.
Which
'Cause,
we have
you know,
no
there's lots
idea
of
what it's
people-
gonna be, but
Oh, it'll be SLP for sure. Maybe an Axie or two. Maybe an egg.
a percentage
I'll-
of an egg.
I'll put a group on the Discord for anyone that does want to come on for some video content with us. And I think somebody asked a documentary for Netflix. Look, on the Hard Forking YouTube channel, there's a 10-minute video called Bitcoin Documentary Part 1. It's something we made last year. We had planned to continue on with that. Obviously, COVID got in the way of us all being together in the same place, but hopefully that's not going to be the case for too much longer. So we've got years and years of footage that we are going to put into something that'll go out obviously over YouTube initially, but yeah, the ultimate plan is to take something to mainstream. So yes, we would love. We're looking for great people, great stories to include in that, and this community certainly falls in that category without a doubt. So, guys, I think we've been on air now for, what is it?
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half. So I think we need to start wrapping it up here.
got a
Was there
shameless plug
anything
here.
else
Yep.
before we go?
Shameless plug.
Yep.
With Block Duelers, we have just released a new series of NFTs. And these are called the KOL series, which is the Key Opinion Leader, which is like a fancy name for influencers. So we've got a bunch of influencers signed up, and we did custom NFTs for them. There's the two guys. They're called, they've got Income Sharks and Castillo. And both of these guys have new NFTs on the platform. So here, let me find it for you. Sorry. So we've got these cool Castillo. He's a trader on Twitter.
Nice.
He's got a bunch of followers. So he's got his new card out. There was only 250 minted. So you can scoop those up. They're selling up pretty quick. I think there's only like 25% left on the site. If you go to buy NFTs on blockduelers.io, you buy NFTs. You need 250 DC to buy one, and there's only two. There's Income Sharks, and then there's Castillo. So let's see, where do we got? So Income Sharks is the one I did, and Castillo is one of my best friends, Dallas. He's been my art buddy for years. So this is his first NFT. He's super talented. We've worked together on a bunch of different shows, great animator, designer. So you want a collectible, this is his first one. So maybe you guys can get one of those if you're on Block Duelers. And then the plug is tomorrow we have, we're going to have a tournament. So we've got all the two new characters, and we're going to have them face off against each other. And the influencers are going to be in the chat, and we're going to start trash talking each other and do some giveaways and get some new viewers. And then we're going to be releasing a document with the new tokenomics. You're going to want to see this because it really incentivizes holding onto your BDT, getting free NFTs, getting free DC, burning DC. So there's all kinds of new details that you probably want to buy some now. If you're looking for financial advice that I don't give, I'm just a knucklehead playing video games and making cartoons. So, but there's some potential here. But anyways, that's my shameless plug. Oh, the time tomorrow is 10 p.m. Eastern. We're going to start testing it out because this is the first time we've done this tournament, right? So, you got to bear with us a little bit. Same with the game. It's in beta. We're trying to figure out the best way to do it, where to host it, who's going to play. So we're going to start testing tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern. If you guys
where can they watch?
We go to the Block Duelers Telegram chat. All the information will be in there.
Okay.
So if you're on Telegram, you just search Block Duelers, and that will give you the correct chat. Or if you go onto their website, the Telegram is linked there, blockduelers.io. So check it out. Come by, have some fun, win some prizes, get some NFTs, talk some smack, meet some new friends, earn some new NFTs. Good times.
Very good. Okay, Stefano, anything that you wanted to share before we wrap up very shortly?
No, there is the Beeple auction that is starting today, and they're gonna go on for like a few days. So that's gonna be interesting if anybody wants to try their luck. Apart from that, no, nothing much.
Okay.
I'm still like just one thing on the scholarship, obviously. Jordan is starting the process for like the migration and everything. I did not start that. I'm gonna wait for them to release the updated version to allow the Ronin wallet to have more than 20 addresses to do that. Now there are 30 days windows for students to actually, like, you know, for scholars, for players, for like everybody that is still in the old blockchain on Ethereum, to just like use the QR code as per usual. But in 30 days, we basically need to like sort it out. So finger crossed that the Axie team will deliver the update before the deadline, or that is going to be like quite complicated. Let's put it like that.
It's looking pretty cool there, Mr. Gonzo.
Oh, first round.
Awesome.
He's got 14 attack, which is crazy. That's like Satoshi. We both defended first round. Oh, got me. Double defend right off the bat with a 14 attack. Sneaky guy. He's going to defend now. Yeah, boy. Going down. So it's just a simple Rochambeau game. You got to pick the right card at the right time. Hope he doesn't. Oh, damn it. Got me. I think this guy's Kaiser, actually. I think this is the same guy that won the scholarship. He's on Block Duelers as well. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't know. Maybe it's a different guy, but same name. Attack. Oh, dead. Anyways, I just thought I'd play a game here while you guys are talking, just to show everybody how it goes.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it's looking great. It's going to be a real pleasure to follow the progress of your project there. And on that note, people, we're doing our best to educate you on what is happening in the industry overall, really digging into actual use cases, not just rattling off stuff we think's pumping tomorrow.
To the moon.
To the moon, exactly. So we appreciate your support, the comments, nice comments we get in the Discord and Twitter. Follow the three of us on Twitter. The links are all below there. If you haven't joined the Discord, please do that.
Or don't.
Obviously, or don't. Obviously, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, do that and set the notification as well. If you haven't hit the like button, do that for us. We're sort of building the algo back up with this crowd here. But listen, we hope to also get back to extending these giveaways, these contests. Obviously Axie, but we've got a few other things we're looking at the moment. Things got a little shaken up the other week, as you know. So just working through a bit of compliance and making sure all the right checks and balances, ducks are in a row, etc. In place. But we will get back to that. So once again, thank you so much to Stefano and Mr. Gonzo, two incredibly knowledgeable guys, teaching me and all of you a lot on the regular. And most importantly, thank you to everybody who comes along, supports us, and follows this channel. We'll see you all back here next week. Have a great weekend. Love to you and all your families. Cheers, guys.